everyone, welcome into Breaking Bad. Yes, this is episode 2 because I recorded episode 1. I did not realize that my PC had done a Windows update. It forced a Windows update, and what that did was completely erase all of my audio settings in OBS. So I sat down, I launched OBS. I didn't look at things carefully enough. I did the recording only to then open it in my editing software and realize that there was no audio for anything. Not for me, not for the episode itself. There was just no audio, period. So couldn't really re-record that because it wouldn't be a first time reaction. But what I am going to do is I'm going to just run quickly through the episode and let you know my thoughts on the premiere of season 3. Overall, another solid episode. I enjoyed it a lot. There were a lot of moments in this episode that I liked. So first thing, how the episode opened with those guys going into that shrine, and one of them left a sketch of Heisenberg in the shrine. Very interesting, especially since those two guys appeared later on, where they ditched their car, they ditched all their clothes except for their boots. And then at the end of the episode, where they rode in this truck with hay bales and then murdered all the people and lit it on fire and walked away. I'm assuming that these two men are part of some kind of drug cartel kind of thing. And that's just because of the fact that they pinned the sketch of Heisenberg into this shrine. I feel like they want to go after him for something. Maybe they just want to take over the jurisdiction that he's kind of running with the meth thing, or maybe they want revenge for something. I don't know, but I do find that interesting that they did this whole offering thing with the shrine. So I feel like we're going to see them again. And then we had Jane's dad being identified and pinned as responsible for the plane crash, and there was 167 deaths or something. So tragic. I loved all the news coverage scenes that the episode had to kind of explain and show all that. Walt trying to burn his money and then quickly coming to realization about what he was doing was interesting. But what I find hilarious about the whole money situation is the fact that the scene where Hank comes over to try and talk to him and stuff, and then Hank tries to grab the duffel bag and Walt's no, and then Hank said something like, "What do you have in there, bricks?" And then Walt replies $500,000, which was dead serious, and the way he said it was dead serious, but Hank obviously thought he was joking, right? And just kind of ah, ha, ha, very funny, Walt, and grabbed the duffel, put it in the truck. I was just oh my God, if only he knew, if only he knew. So thought that was really interesting. And then in this episode, we had divorce talk. We had Skyler going to a divorce attorney, and that was a very interesting scene because the divorce attorney asked about finances, to which Skyler realized that she doesn't actually know all the details of the family finances. And then the divorce attorney said a line that I will never forget, which is, you won't believe what spouses hide from one another kind of thing, which I think got really into Skyler's head and thinking. But regarding the whole divorce stuff, though, with Walt being out of the house temporarily, or having to move out of the house, what really broke my heart in this episode was Flynn just having no idea what was going on. And in my reaction, there was one point that I said, my parents divorced when I was 8, my brother was 3. And if my brother could understand enough of what was going on at 3 years old, Flynn at the age of fucking 16 can handle it. You know what I mean? So it kind of pissed me off that he was kind of being left in the dark about everything. And he was getting really upset about why is dad not with us, to Skyler, he was being that way, and Marie kind of telling him I don't know, trying to brush it off as not a big deal. It made me feel really bad for Flynn just because I know what going through a parental divorce is like. So yeah. And then I want to talk about Jesse, because Jesse was in rehab in this episode, and we had 2 different scenes. And Aaron Paul, I know there was probably some space in between filming for episodes, the end of season 2 and the start of season 3, but Aaron just looks, Jesse looks a little bit older to start off the season, and I like kind of the new look, and Jesse comes across as trying to be more responsible. The scene in particular where the kind of rehab group leader was talking, and then Jesse said how do you not hate yourself? And then the guy explained I did hate myself for a long time, and he just went into this whole thing. I thought it was a very beautiful scene, very relatable for just anyone watching, really. Oh yes. Sorry. I have the episode description, everything that happens. I have it up right now. Sorry, I completely forgot, because it happens at the end of the episode, but I completely forgot that in this episode, Skyler accuses Walt of being a drug dealer. So we actually got some truth finally coming out. Skylar accuses him of dealing drugs, saying that it's the only possible explanation for him having all that money, or being able to pay for like $100,000 worth of bills, right? She thinks it's pot because of Jesse, to which Walt goes no, and then she guesses cocaine, which is another reasonable leap, and he still just doesn't acknowledge that. And then he is the one that tells her that it's meth, and Skylar just she wanted nothing to do with him explaining it. And what I ended up saying in my reaction during this scene, I was really happy that the truth was finally out with Skylar, but I couldn't help but feel that if Walt had like included her from the very beginning with all of this and just sat her down and went, listen, I have a way that we can get through this, right? Like, I think being that they were together for literally 16 years, I genuinely, like, maybe I'm leaping to something impossible here, but I feel deep in my heart that if Walt had sat her down and been honest with her from the very beginning and laid it all out and been like, this is going to secure us financially, I'll be very careful, you won't be involved in it, etc., etc., etc. I just truly feel like, I mean, one, we would have had a much different TV show, but I don't know. That's what I think. I truly think that this all wouldn't have happened. So anyway, thought that was a great scene. I was very happy that after 2 seasons of wanting the truth to be out with Skylar, it is finally out, and I'm very happy about that. But she still wants a divorce, so we still have that to deal with. And then to pretty much wrap up the show, I already mentioned the whole like hay explosion. The 2 Mexican guys, I think, the Hispanic gentleman. The final scene in the episode, yes, Walt visits that restaurant, meets with Gus, and Walt basically goes, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm out. And Gus goes, well, I can give you $3 million for 3 months of work. But Walt declined it. And that's all we have with that. My guess with that is that he's not going to actually decline it. I have a feeling that offer is never going to leave Walt's brain, and I think that he is going to take it because, and I said this in my reaction that I can't give you, but what he has right now, like $500,000, like that cannot set up his whole family for life, but $3 million can. Like $3 million invested, you can live off the dividends on that, like 100%. Like a family of 4, that is gold. You can do that. So that's why I think that he's going to reconsider, and he'll end up going back to Gus and going like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So that's kind of my rough thoughts on episode 1. Like I said, I'm so sorry that I cannot give you a reaction. That's why I'm actually kind of touching on every single thing that happened. But I'm very excited to see who these 2 guys are, these mystery men that were in the shrine and blew up this truck and killed people and everything. They want Walt for something. They either want to take over his area, or they have revenge for something. Maybe Walt killed someone that they know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited for episode 2. Episode 2 of Breaking Bad, what we're watching today, is called Caballo Sin Nombre, I think is how that is stated, so, or how that is pronounced. Good song. Oh no. Oh no. You're good, Walt. I hope.
Sir, can you turn the music down? Down means off.
Oh.
Pretty sure I wasn't speeding. I've been using the cruise control, so I don't...
No, sir. Your windshield. License and registration, please.
I didn't even realize his windshield was still like that.
Piece of wreckage from the plane.
I understand. I was one of the first responders on scene that day.
Then what are you doing?
Citing you, sir.
What, you don't believe me?
Sir, regardless of how that windshield was damaged, this car is unsafe to drive in this condition.
Walt, please don't. Oh my God, no.
I ask you to stay in the vehicle.
No. I can get out of my own car.
Sir, listen.
No, no,
What you
no,
need-
no. You listen to me. It's time for you to listen to me.
Calm
now
down.
you're giving me a ticket? I told you that my house was in the debris field. Hellfire rained down on my
Sir,
house
I need
where
you
my
to step
children
back. I
sleep.
need you to step back
There were
right
body
now.
parts in my yard.
You got about 2 seconds to stand down, or I'm
what?
going to pepper spray
Oh, you're going to pepper spray?
You understand
Perfect. That is just perfect. Pepper spray the man who's expressing his opinion under the First Amendment.
Oh, Walt. You walked right into that one. That is your fault. I don't even feel bad for you.
Border Patrol came across multiple homicides.
Why did the Border Patrol kick this to us?
They didn't. I pulled it. You ask me, this is high-end cartel work. Los Santos, maybe. Why do we have Juarez-style action on our side of the DMZ? Clearing a path? Or just about stopping one particular...
I won't lie, I really like when Hank does this and he's like presenting, talking to his coworkers. I don't know.
All right, one more
like
to the
this Hank.
countdown.
Oh, yeah, what's that, Gomi?
We're waiting on that famous blue meth of yours. 29 days since we saw it last.
Wow.
It's still out there, Gomi. Don't worry. At local PD, I gotta take this.
Oh, this is about Walt, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, look at Jesse. He's looking a bit more, well, I mean, I said this about the premiere too, but he looks a little bit older, mature. Is this his parents' house?
Jesse?
Hey, Dad. Fixing up the house, huh?
Doing a little work, yeah.
I'll bounce. It's cool.
He looks good too, like with his outfit.
We did all new stucco, all new master suite, sandblasted, fumigated the basement.
It's great, Dad. Think I can get a tour?
These guys are trying to finish up. Maybe we better stay out of their way. There are pictures on the website if you want to take a look.
Cool.
You're looking healthy. I'll tell your mother. She'll be happy.
Thanks. Come by sometime for dinner or something.
Yeah, sometime.
That's gonna be probably a never, or like a very long time from now. Jesse, you should have told him you were in rehab, or are in rehab. That was good of Jesse to do. I hope something maybe comes of that.
Very sorry that I lost my temper. It was disrespectful.
Yeah,
She's divorcing me.
it is what it is.
She doesn't want me to see the kids.
She said that?
Hank can't know the truth as to why. His makeup job on Brian is really great for the pink eyes. I feel like it's really hard to
You
make.
don't write, you don't call?
I saw. I feel like it's really hard to make makeup, especially using a color like pink. It's really hard to make it look like a reaction instead of just makeup. So
Blowback. If she blabs, it'll be a disaster. For her, that DEA brother-in-law, screwed. You were right under his nose. You'll be lucky if they let him bust glue sniffers at the hobby shop.
that's true.
The feds will come and RICO her and the kids out on the street. Oof, good luck arguing with them on that. No, it's not gonna happen. She's bluffing.
Her going to the police is not the point, Saul. I've lost my family.
Oh, this reminds me. Something I forgot to say about the premiere. With Skylar wanting a divorce and being very firm about it, I think I mentioned that it feels like the start of Heisenberg, like the real Heisenberg, like what we're going to get. I don't know. Feels like the beginning of a journey, and we have 3 whole seasons left, so, you know.
Idle hands are the devil's plaything, so you get back on the horse and do what you do best. Talk to our friend and get cooking.
I feel like Walt's not in the mood to do that right now.
I can't be the bad guy.
Well, you already have been.
Okay. Promise me you won't hang yourself in the closet.
Jesus. Saul is very blunt. In such a great way, though. Lawyer up. I love that license plate.
Pop, the ice cream man!
Oh, this guy again.
Yeah.
It's me. We may have a wife problem.
You got an address?
13.8. Damn.
Dinner's gonna be late. Uncle Hank and Aunt Marie are bringing takeout, but if you're hungry, I could rustle something up.
I love that they've all got burgers and fries and Marie's got sushi.
What? I've had enough trans fat for one lifetime.
2-day drive from the nearest ocean, you're eating raw fish. That's all I'm saying.
Good point.
Flynn here is looking for a part-time job, so I don't know if you know of anything you might want to.
My name's Walter Jr. Like what? You can't even say his name?
You've changed your mind about being called Flynn. All you need to do is just tell me that you don't want to be
You know
called
what?
Flynn.
His eyes were all red like he's been crying or something. You don't even care. He won't even drive me home. I don't know what your problem is. Why you gotta be such a bitch?
Hey, no.
Hey,
you can't,
hey,
you
no,
can't talk to your mom.
it's all right.
Skylar, I know that you must have your reasons for all of this.
Sky, I know it's none of my business. Keep it well from the kids.
You're right, Hank. It's none of your business.
The day I heard the word second cell phone, I knew. Look, a guy like Walt, a nice guy, decent.
Affair.
He gets cancer, time's running out, midlife crisis. He acts up, steps out. And the wife, she catches him. I mean, it's a story as old as time. Do the math, Marie. Only comes out one way. Felt so guilty, probably told her himself.
If he cheated on her, then she would have told me by now. It just feels like something more.
Very interesting. I love that Hank just has no suspicions at all that it's drugs. None.
Welcome back to the land of the living. How you feeling?
I'm good.
The world's your oyster, am I right? Unencumbered young man with stacks of cash. Hey, I'm jealous. Hand to God, I'm jealous.
But you got your cut.
You know what's giving me heartburn lately? Your former partner, this guy. Finally, the big money shows up, and what does he do? He walks out.
Just like Jesse is about to do.
You wouldn't talk to him, would you? Help him pull his head out of his ass.
Is he leaving all this money for Saul?
You want a job?
Who's got a job for me?
I do.
I'm confused. I'm curious what Jesse wants him to do, because I couldn't tell in that scene. Aww. Is this gonna be who I think it is? Oh my god! It is Tuco's uncle. But do they... Okay, so they knew Tuco. Oh dear. Now they know his actual name. That's a problem.
Want to say hello to little Holly here? Hey, girl.
Oh.
Hi, Spooky. Oh.
Oh no.
Again. God, I'm sorry. I know how you feel about this.
Revenue with no backup. Here, here, and here. I don't even know what to say.
Oh boy.
I can't sign it as it currently exists.
You want to deal with this again, I swear.
What if your kids found out?
If my kids found out?
Someday they're gonna be old enough. How would you explain it to them?
Wow, put me on the spot, why don't you?
Well, she wants advice, indirectly.
But that whatever I did thinking of them, trying to provide, and I'd ask them to try to take the time to understand.
That's exactly what Walt was doing.
I haven't thought that far ahead, Skylar. I'm just trying to keep my head above water. So.
Ugh, the scene where he noticed she wasn't wearing her wedding ring. And then she realized that he noticed. It was a very good scene. Very good moment.
Lewis dropped him off. He was here when I got home.
No, of course. No, he's not staying. He understands that.
Why are you doing this?
Your mother, she has her reasons. This is just how it has to be, for now.
Everybody knows that you haven't done anything wrong. Everybody is on your side.
Oh my gosh, that subtle facial expression that Walt just made. Oh my god, so subtle.
Good afternoon. Nice to meet you, Saul Goodman.
Nice to meet you.
You're not that lawyer on late night television, are you?
What is Does Jesse want to buy the house? Oh my god.
We're here to discuss the sale of the property at 9809 Margot.
This individual wants to buy your house today for cash. In fact, I could wire you your money this very afternoon.
We feel 875 is very fair.
Wiggle us on down to 400, and you got yourselves a deal.
What is that, a joke?
No, that's my offer.
That's less than half price.
We put almost that much into the renovations alone.
400K in renovations? What?
Well, this is a waste of time.
How could you
Ridiculous.
possibly
You gotta be
imagine
kidding
that
me.
we would entertain this?
I just thought some allowance was in order once I heard about the meth lab. The one that used to be in the basement. I looked over your signed disclosure statements, and I don't see any mention of a meth lab. No. Oh, you got your termite inspection. That's good. Some would call that fraud in service of concealing a felony.
Oh, Jesse.
I could file a suit and encumber this property indefinitely, or could start some criminal proceedings. But I don't think any of us want that. Now, do we? How about it, counselor?
So Jesse's gonna buy the house, is what that's telling me. I'm so excited for him.
Pizza.
Well, I'm making dinner.
Okay, well,
Can't we at least just sit down and eat a piece of pizza together? Just to hash things out like adults.
We have discussed everything we need to discuss. I thought I made myself very clear.
You got dipping sticks.
oh boy. Oh. Wow. I'm impressed how perfectly that landed. They didn't even cut the pizza into slices. They just left the pizza whole. I wonder how many takes that throw took for him to get it to land perfectly on the roof like that. The other thing I'm worried about with these two guys that were with Tuco's uncle, now that they know his name, I feel like the information they're going to find on him is going to be his old address, which is the family house, which is where Skylar and Walt Jr. and Holly are, which could not be, that might not be good. So I'm keeping that in mind. Oh yeah, that bear eye.
When I went out this morning to get the newspaper, I saw a pizza on our roof. Would you know anything about that?
Yikes.
I will get a restraining order.
Skylar. Get your restraining order right here. Restrain this.
Hey, Mom. Dad. How's it going?
The new owners are expected at any moment. Where do you think you're going?
Inside. Bought the place.
Be happy it's staying in the family. Oh my gosh, the way he did that was so good. I'm really loving Jesse so far this season a lot. Is he gonna follow her? Or sneak into the house, maybe? What is this guy gonna do? I love that the pizza is still on the roof. Yeah, they changed the locks, Walt. I don't know if Skylar's the kind of person to leave windows unlocked, my guy. Can fit in there? Oh, I guess it is. Never mind. It's literally an entrance to, well, not an entrance technically, but is there a way to get back into the house from under here? There should be. Oh yeah, there we go. We gotta love breaking into your own house. I've broken into my own house twice now in the 6.5 years I've lived here. Because both times I locked myself out by accident and my neighbors weren't home to give me their spare. And my spare key wasn't outside the house where it should have been. It was inside the house. Oh my god, what shit luck that guy just happened to be on the street here to see this, to witness it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, guy. Can you help? You're gonna help. Yep. You're gonna help. Come on. Come on. They look really scary, dude. I don't want to mess with them. Also, their axe looks fancy. Well, don't you still have stuff in the vehicle? Why are you showering? Oh, this is not good. This is like my worst nightmare, is being in the shower and having someone break in. Yeah. What was he gonna call him? Please.
It's me. There's something you should know about.
Hold on.
Gus? Gus knows these guys then. Oh, they just want to talk. Okay. They're gonna be gone.
You can't remember.
Yeah, gone, and he doesn't know any. Oh, that's the only indication. Yeah, he knows that wasn't on that shirt. Oh boy. This is like really tense. Ah, that's how the episode is ending. Oh, that was a great episode. I think the highlight for me was Jesse buying his parents' house through Saul Goodman and through kind of like the threat of meth lab in the basement kind of thing. I thought that was very clever of him. And personally, I think that is a great way for Jesse to have spent his money. I'm just really happy with how he's starting the season, and I'm just excited for Jesse's arc in this show. I love him. I would die for him. So yeah, that's how I feel. Otherwise, outside of that, more Walt and Skylar tension. Walt Jr. being upset by everything. We just got like more development with that, and I really enjoyed it. And this show is so good for making you understand where everyone is coming from. So you don't easily side with one person or the other. Like, one person can say or do something and you make a face at it, right? And then the other person can say and do something and you make a face at it. And then that person can also do and say something and you're like, oh yeah, I agree. And then the other person can also do something that you're like, ah, yeah. It's just like, there's no, everyone's gray is kind of how I feel about it. Like there's no, well, Walt Jr.'s not gray. Holly's not gray. They're always going to be good, I think, I hope. But everyone else, you know, like there's always mixed feelings. Sometimes they do things that you're like, yes. Sometimes they do things you're like, no. I love that your feelings just are on a roller coaster with these characters. It's how I felt about certain people in like Game of Thrones, for example. As I was watching that show, certain characters where you feel that way and it progresses through the story and through the show. And so I feel like that with this show, and that's why it's got me hooked in and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah. This was a great episode. I am very, very curious now. So there's a few things that I am looking forward to. Jesse, of course, but outside of that, these two men, their relation to Gus, their relation to Tuco and Tuco's uncle, and ultimately why they are after Walt. Clearly they didn't go there to kill him. At least that's what I'm getting at. Otherwise, they just would have barged into the bathroom and murdered him right there. I feel like they wanted to have a conversation. And they just brought the weapon kind of as intimidation, but also maybe in case they needed it for self-defense or just to straight up attack him and murder him. I don't know. But that's how it felt to me, but they've just got pulled away. And I'm curious why. It didn't seem clear to me why the guy called Gus, or well, called the other person who then informed Gus. That part's not clear to me, but it feels like they left it kind of vague for now. So I'm just wanting to get more information on that in particular. This was a great episode. I'm loving it. So yeah, this was great. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you appreciated my thoughts at the start of this video. And yeah, the next Breaking Bad episode, which is called... Oh, it is called IFT. So we'll see you then for that. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.